Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for News 4 Live at 5. I'm Jessica Bowman. Well, tonight we begin in the Iowa Great Lakes. Cleanup is underway as summer months quickly approach. Today's gloomy weather didn't stop dozens of people from coming out and joining in on a beach cleanup event. It was hosted by House of Okoboji. KTV's Ellen Ide with more tonight on how the event will benefit the future.
We started carrying this brand called Unsalted No Sharks, and the brand is all about creating clean water initiatives.
This inspired the House of Okoboji to make an impact of their own on the local level. In 2022, they began their legacy with annual beach cleanups.
Creating a conscious movement for clean water here in Lake Okoboji. That's my goal for what we're doing here today.
With a mission so near and dear to the hearts of many in the Iowa Great Lakes, the beach cleanups now draw dozens of people. They divide up into small groups to cover several public beaches and state parks.
I think it's good to have the beaches clean so that people can come and enjoy them. Even like non-locals can come and enjoy the beaches, and they're probably more likely to come back, especially if they're really clean. And it's also good for the environment, with the animals in the water, making sure there's not much plastic polluting the water, so all the animals and fish and the ducks can enjoy the space.
After 2 hours of collecting trash, they returned to their meeting point in Arnold's Park to drop off their bags, leaving cleaner lakes and leaving with a sense of fulfillment.
People who come to Okoboji obviously love this place and want to see it continue for generations.
In Arnold's Park, Iowa, Ellen Ide, KTIV News 4.
The House of Okoboji will host a few more cleanup events throughout the summer. And of course, for more information on those particular events, we have you covered. Just check out this story right now on KTIV.com.